This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.
Good evening, and welcome to the West Report. I'm Kevin Seltzer.
And I'm Dan Cronin. The Performing and Visual Arts Society held its annual festival in the Delaware Gym on Friday. Students involved in the arts were able to display their finest works. Among the displays were works of photography, architectural design, metal and wood shop, painting and drawing, as well as cooking and fashion design. Students were also entertained by comedians, jugglers, and musicians. The festival, says PAVIS President Mark Wolf, is a reward to the students who have put so many hours into their performing or visual art and have often gone unnoticed. They were certainly noticed on Friday. Thanks to all who participated in what was definitely a successful day.
Last Thursday, West held its annual school elections. Students voted for the class officials that they thought were best qualified to represent their class. For the class of 1991, Drew Golan and Justin Smith won the positions of governor and lieutenant governor. Bao No and Mike Sicalise will represent the class of 1990 next year, while T.J. Locke and M.J. Lewin will serve as governor and lieutenant governor for the class of 89. Finally, Drew Hines will serve as president for the student government organization, along with new vice president Whitney Rothschild. Congratulations to our newly elected school leaders, and the best of luck next year. Congratulations to West students Kathy Weigel and Samantha Coopersmith for receiving honorable mentions in this year's high school poetry contest sponsored by the Walt Whitman Association. The theme for this year's contest was Poems for Peace and was open to more than 50 high schools in the southern New Jersey region. Last Sunday, Kathy Weigel read her poem, The Whistle of Harmony, and Samantha Coopersmith delivered her poem, Adolescence in America. They were invited to read their works at Whitman's gravesite in Harley Cemetery as a part of the annual Walt Whitman birthday celebration. Good luck to Kathy and Samantha in the future.
Everyone always thought that cheerleading was just for girls. Well, that could change in the future. Here's West Report's Chris Fegley.
Traditionally, cheerleading was thought to feature short skirts and pom-poms. Starting the 88-89 school year, however, males will also be given the chance to be part of the West cheerleading squad. Why is there now a push to include males in the squad? This week, I had a chance to talk with the principal, Dr. Katz, and the cheerleading coach, Miss Russell, about the campaign to include males as cheerleaders.
Next year, we hope to have on our cheerleading squad some boys. I understand there is some interest among the boys, and we are going to encourage them. We haven't had boys in many years participate, and it's our hope that next year you're going to see some guys out there, along with the girls, participating in fall and winter cheerleading. They will add a new dimension. They won't do the same kind of things that the girls do, but we're hoping that it'll be fun for them and that the crowds will enjoy it.
The state of New Jersey has brought up the policy that there must be equal opportunity for both males and females, not only in sports but in cheerleading. So as of effect of next year, which would be 88, 89, there must be a chance for males to try out for the cheerleading squad. So that's what we're going through at this process this year. Although I haven't had many males confront me about it, there may be some in the future, so we're working on it.
If you have an ability to learn cheers, are a hard worker, if you have a positive attitude, a low absentee rate, and promptness, then you should pick up an application to try out for cheerleading. So all of you females and males report to the Jones Gym parking lot on June 6th from 3 o'clock to 6:15 for tryouts. This has been Chris Fegley for the West Report.
In preparation for the next school year, spring is the time for the elections of members of various clubs. In the Asian Culture Club, the newly elected officers have been announced. They are President Hyun Huang, Vice President Simona Wong, Secretary Yoon Suk Kang, and Treasurer Mac Louie.
As the end of this school year rapidly approaches, there's only less than 2 weeks to study for final exams. There will be half days starting Monday, June 13th, and students will take the required exams during either one or both of the designated exam periods. Period 1 for final exams begins at 8:25, and Period 2 starts at 10:15. On Monday, June 13th, final exams will be given for both English and history courses. On Tuesday, exams for foreign languages and math-related courses will be given. Wednesday is mainly devoted towards science finals. If you are unable to take one of your exams, there will be make-up exams at 1 o'clock from Monday through Wednesday and at 10:15 on Thursday. Students will review their exams on Friday, June 17th. Each final exam is precisely 90 minutes in length, and they account for 1/9 of your final grade average. Grades for the exams will be sent in the mail before June 30th. Special arrangements have been made so that people who ride the bus can leave after the second exam period. Now here's Mark Heckman with the sports.
The spring sports season is drawing to an end as most of the teams enter tournament play. The boys' tennis team lost to Eastern last Thursday in the South Jersey Group 3 state semifinals. This knocks the team out of the state tournament. However, singles player Jeff Gerson and a doubles team of Hal Corrin and Andy Levin have moved on to the Olympic Conference semifinals, which was played yesterday. The results of this game will be seen next week on the West Report. The baseball team defeated East last Tuesday. Wednesday's game against Lenape was rained out and has not been rescheduled. Friday, the team defeated Brick Memorial 7-1 in the second round of state tournament. Chris Murphy pitched an excellent game, and Lou Cesno had 4 RBIs and the game-winning hit. The team then lost to Pennsville 13-8 Saturday in the second round of the Diamond Championship tournament. Yesterday, they moved on to the third round of the state tournament against Deptford. We will have details next week. Good luck to the team. The girls' lacrosse team defeated Morristown Friends 13-11 last Thursday in the state tournament preliminaries. They then came back Friday to defeat number 2 ranked Eastern 16-6 in the quarterfinals. The Lions, who are ranked number 7, battled number 3 ranked Morristown yesterday in the state semifinals. The results of this game can be heard on next week's West Report. The Lions, as Ms. Thompson, the coach, said, are definitely the underdogs in the tournament, and we wish them good luck. That's the Week in Sports. Now back to you.
Stay tuned tonight after the junior school news for the Cherry Hill West Spring Concert.
Thank you for watching the West Report. Tune in next week at the same time. Good night.
Good night.
Balmy 94 degrees out. We'll have an accurate forecast for you in a moment.
Sounds good. Thank God Miss Beck's not here.
You're on. Good evening. My name is Manish Butte, and this is Scott Engstreich to my right. Welcome to EastCast. It's a balmy 94 degrees out, and we'll have an accurate weather forecast for you in a moment. Tonight we have a number of exciting stories for you, including scenes from the band and wind ensemble concert, student congress elections updates, and news from sports, clubs, and more. Last Thursday night, East Auditorium was packed with proud parents and excited spectators. No, it wasn't a gladiator fight or another East musical. It was the spring band and wind ensemble concert. Students from the concert band, symphonic band, and East singers sang for 3 hours. Also performing were the chanson and wind ensemble and other groups who were particularly good. Students at East are always proud of the musical reputation of their students, so we at EastCast would like to congratulate all the members of the musical groups this year for performing so well. Yes, that time of year has come around again. Amidst the parades, parties, and picnics that accompany the passage of spring into summer come the dreaded final exams. Yes, that means hours of grudging study and painful review, poring over chapters of history you meant to read, taking the time to read those poems by Edgar Lee Masters who you were supposed to read but never found the time for. Final exams, the two most dreaded words in a student vocabulary, are coming the week of June 13th, the last week of school. Inundated by 3 consecutive days of testing, students will face exams on Monday the 13th, Tuesday, and Wednesday, expecting results by Friday, the last day of school. The official listing for the final exam sequencing has been released by the administration. In summary, on Monday, the English and foreign language exams will take place. On Tuesday, exams for math and history. And on Wednesday, besides the makeup exam period, will take place exams in computers and the other sciences. Remember, final exams are an integral part of your school year grade, so study hard. A little perseverance can go a long way.
Last Friday, on Mayor Susan Bass-Levin's officially declared Cherry Hill Arts Day, East had its Pavis Day. Pavis, the Performing and Visual Arts Society, showcased student achievements in dance, drama, photography, music, and other disciplines. Also included were special guest appearances by 8 members of the Philadelphia Ballet and Jazz Unlimited. This day, lasting all 8 periods, was conducted in the Little Theater, the Auditorium, and the Courtyard. The Auditorium was the scene for the ballet, Jazz Unlimited, a return appearance by Guitarzan and the Jungle Band, and others. In the Little Theater, students saw outtakes from musicals and plays by the drama department and the musical stylings of many teachers. The Courtyard and surrounding rooms played host to photography, visual arts, and silk screening, to name a few. In all, Pavis Day was another success and a great way to enter Memorial Day weekend. 2 weeks ago, the student body of East chose their homeroom representatives for the illustrious Student Congress. 40 juniors, 30 sophomores, and 20 freshmen were selected to represent the attitudes and interests of the 2,600 students at East. Although the Student Congress has received a bad rap from its numerous critics, it still serves an important role in the daily life of East. To the Student Congress are relegated such duties as planning for activities such as Project Life, the Harlem Wizards game, the FOP Christmas party, and many, many more. It takes time, effort, and a lot of patience. Therefore, we'd like to congratulate the 90 students who were selected to play an honorable role in the coming year.
The staff of Eastside has recently participated in a number of contests, winning a number of awards. The person who won the most awards was photographer Adam Silver. He won first, second, and third place awards in the New Jersey Women's Press Tournament and took an honorable mention in the Temple Press Tournament for his pictures. But Adam was not the Eastside's only winner. Dana Rosansky, in her second year in the speech reporting contest, captured the newspaper's only first place at the Temple Press Tournament. She was given 1.5 hours to write an article on the keynote speech. Scott Mazer also won an honorable mention for his artwork. Congratulations to all the award winners on the staff. The World Affairs Club, started years ago, has grown into one of the largest clubs at East. What is the World Affairs Club, you may ask? Well, imagine a room filled, literally to bursting, with students of every grade, race, religion, and ethnic upbringing, arguing, discussing, and rationalizing the affairs of the United States and other nations of the world today. Students are presented with the marvelous opportunity to speak out their views or just sit in the background and absorb some current events information. In either case, almost everyone is having fun, learning, shouting, and discussing. This week, the World Affairs Club is having elections for next year's officers. Positions for president, 2 vice presidents, and secretary-treasurer are open. Many students are joining up, so if you're interested in the world today, sign up tomorrow with Dr. Solomon or one of this year's officers. Now here's Scott with the sports.
And in baseball, the boys varsity team is wrapping up a great season. The team was ranked 4th at one point in the Philadelphia Inquirer South Jersey rankings and is doing well in the Group 4 tournament. On Friday, East played host to Cherokee in the quarterfinals of the tournament. The team got an excellent pitching performance by Dan Karbach, who raised his record to 4 wins and no losses. He only gave up 2 hits and was aided by Dan Palazzo's 2-run single in the third to give East the 2-0 victory. Yesterday, the team faced Edgewood in the semifinal round. If they won, they will advance to the finals and play the winner of the Pemberton-Toms River South game. The team did not fare as well, though, in the Diamond Classic. They lost 7-3 to Pennsville in the first round. Ace pitcher Glenn Foley started the game, but had to leave a 1-1 tie after only 2 innings because of shoulder stiffness. The East boys tennis team, ranked number 1 in South Jersey, suffered a heartbreaking defeat in the finals of the tennis tournament. East, with a record of 20 wins and 3 losses, was beaten by Cumberland, who has 21 wins and 2 losses, in the final game of the Group 4 championship. Sophomore Jason Lichterman, playing first singles, easily won his match, as did the first doubles team of senior John Langer and junior Adam Cohen. But East's second teams did not fare as well. Junior Mark Newcomb and sophomore Greg Rosansky lost, as did freshman Steve Gola. The entire match came down to Larry Meltzer, East's third singles player, and Mickey Hudson, the third singles player from Cumberland. Meltzer won the first set and Hudson the second. The third and final set was played to a 6-6 tie, but Hudson took the tiebreaker 7-1 to give Cumberland the victory in the championship. It was a tough way to end a great season.
Last Tuesday, the girls' varsity lacrosse team played and defeated Cherokee High School 9-8 in a very close game, which then put them into the quarterfinal competition for state championships. I understand that East scored 3 goals in the last minute, securing the victory with seconds to spare. They played Montvale on Friday and lost 14-7. Congratulations anyway. Finally, East's golf team has done remarkably well this year, ending the season by beating Pennsauken last week. Their final score for the year was 14 wins, 1 tie, and 1 loss. Superstar sophomore Dan Berenger played so well in the golf championships last week that he won the Olympic Conference title. Dave Ehrenberg also played well and placed third in the championship conference first team. John Mastrolangelo qualified for the conference's all-star second team. Congratulations.
That's all for this Memorial Day weekend edition of EastCast. Summer has finally arrived and there are only 7, count them, 7 full days of school left. After that are the finals and then 2 whole months of summer. It's time to hit the beach, soak in some rays, and take that vacation you've been waiting for. Stay tuned because the final Eastview of the year is also on next. Marla Diamond and Andrea Weinberger will be your hosts, and they will present a feature on finding a summer job. At the end of the program, Eastview will present the first 3 of many video versions of children's stories written by Miss Beck's English 3 Honors class. Tonight's stories are from myself, Ali Fine, and Nidhi Kapoor. On July 27th, in a special edition, the rest of the stories will be presented. This has been Scott Angstreich with Manish Butte, hoping you have a great summer vacation. Unfortunately, Ophelia is among the missing this week. Ophelia, come home!
Hello, I'm Candace Fisher for Carusi News. This week we have, and will have, 6th grade students visiting our school for an orientation. Yesterday we had the Kilmer students, and today we will have the Kingston and Johnson students. Tonight, all parents of 6th grade students attending our school next year are invited to the cafeteria for an orientation. So you can still make it, drive carefully. Tomorrow, the Payne students are coming, and Friday, Knight and Barton will be coming. Next week, we hope to show you some of these orientations. Now, here's Scott Engel with the last sports report of the year. Scott?
Thank you, Candace. Hi, this is Scott Engel with the sports end of the season wrap-up. First, the track team won the South Jersey Championships at West High School on Tuesday the 24th against 8 other schools. The whole team did an excellent job. Gina Markhorst set a new meet record with 2 minutes and 34 seconds on the 800 meter. Charles Brown set this record again by throwing the discus 149 feet and 11 inches for a meet and school record. Here's the prize that they took home for winning the championships. On Thursday, the 26th, Carusi's track team did it again by winning the South Jersey Relay Championships. Congratulations to the whole track team on a great year. Here's the trophy that they took home for that. Whatever school wins these trophies takes it home for a year, but I don't understand why don't we keep it because we're the only name on there. Here's another winner. The South Jersey Middle School Baseball League Championship playoffs opened on Monday, the 23rd, with one of the most exciting games in Carusi school history, with the 8th grade boys scoring 3 runs in the 7th inning to defeat Beck 5-4. They finished it off on Thursday, the 26th, by defeating Marlton 7-1 and winning the South Jersey League Championships. The team finishes 12-0-1 and the only team to be undefeated since 1980 and the most wins in Carusi school history. We don't have the trophy yet because it doesn't come in. Congratulations to the baseball team. On Monday, the 25th, Carusi's 7th grade baseball team finished off its season by losing to Oakland by the score of 5-4, after previously losing to Oakland by a score of 8-4. The team ended its season with a 3-3 record. Good job to the 7th grade. Carusi's 8th grade girls raised their record to 5-3 by defeating Stratford 12-3. Their final game of the season was on Friday the 27th when they lost to Pennsauken 3-2. Well, that's it for this year's sports. We had a great spring season by taking 2 championships, track and baseball. It's going to be a tough act to follow, just like a hole-in-one in golf. You can't beat it. That wraps up this year's sports. Thank you. And now, back to you, Candace.
Thank you, Scott. Last Friday, there were 7th grade student council elections. Here are the winners' speeches. For treasurer, there was Todd Moraldo.
I want you to vote for me for treasurer. As treasurer, I plan to govern money to the best of my ability. I intend to take on all responsibilities that the treasurer must take. I have had experience with money before. I also want you to vote for me for my spirit and creative thinking. If you vote for me, I will think of a way to distribute money that will make you and me happy. Vote for me for my trust, because when it comes to money, people call me Trustworthy Tide. So vote for the 3 T's: Tide, Trustworthy, and Treasure. Thank you.
Secretary Meg Binns.
I'm Meg Binns, running for position of secretary, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. First, I've had experience in helping teachers grade and organize papers. I've also been a gym leader since the beginning of this year. I'm involved in extracurricular activities such as basketball, cross country, and track, which enable me to get to know people's thoughts about Carusi. Not only am I involved in all of this, but I'll do the job with respect to each and every one of you. I'll listen to you and try to get your ideas working to help the school. So please, vote for me if you want a job well done. Meg Binns for secretary.
Vice President Bud English.
Would you like a shorter school year? Would you like longer lunch periods? Would you like more vacation days? Well, I'm sorry, but I can't promise these things to you. But what I can promise is that I will assist and support the president to the best of my ability. After all, that is the job of the vice president. I will work for the student body and will take your ideas and wishes straight to the president. I maintain a B average and played on the 7th grade baseball team. I ask for your support in the form of a vote for me, Bud English, for the office of vice president. Thank you.
And President Erica Collins.
Erica Collins. What is an Erica Collins, and what can she do for me? Regardless of what you heard or your mental picture of me, forget it, because none of you know me well enough to judge. But let me tell you what I feel I represent. Then you can tell me if you want this school to represent these characteristics. Number 1, I am definitely different from all the rest, and Carusi Junior High should be different from all the rest. Number 2, I am proud in my achievements, and with my inspiration, Carusi students will be proud also. Number 3, I am always amusing, 24 hours a day, but I know when to get serious. And I know at times Carusi gets boring, but with your help and my ideas, we can make this school more amusing than summer vacation. Number 4, I am noticeable, and if you haven't noticed me by now, you must be blind. And together, yes, we, as students, can make Carusi noticeable in all aspects. Number 5, we must maintain our intelligence, yes, intelligence, so that we can work for the future, in which I will proceed to succeed in the world to come. Number 6, we all need to learn how to care. All my friends, you know I'll always be there for you, and I try my hardest not to let you down. Also, I don't just want to win for myself. There are a lot of responsibilities in which I am more than ready for, and I feel with my guidance and your power, we can make this school number 1 in South Jersey. Now that you know what an Erica Collins is, vote for the number 1 Chillin' choice.
We congratulate everybody on their winnings. And now, here's Aviva Kushner with the 10th and last Special Days of the Month. Aviva?
Thank you, Candace. As you can see, this is my last monthly presentation of the year. So listen closely, because here are the last special days of the month for June. Things start happening at the end of the second week in June with the 8th grade graduation dance. Now, this dance is for 8th graders only. So 7th grade, I'm sorry, but you can't come. And as you can see by the lanterns, this dance will be outside. We then go to Flag Day, when we celebrate that glorious symbol of freedom for our country. Don't forget to put your flags out. And then the 17th of June, the day we've all been waiting for, it's the last day of school and graduation for the 8th grade class. And as usual, on the 3rd Sunday of every June is Father's Day. Now you can get your father something else besides a tie, but he'll appreciate almost anything, I'm sure. And the 22nd of June is the day summer begins. Now that's the day you all get out your bikinis, and don't forget them. In this month of June, there were 6 states admitted in the Union. On the first day, there was Kentucky in 1792 and Tennessee in 1796. And in the middle of June, on the 15th, Arkansas was admitted in 1836, followed by West Virginia in 1863, New Hampshire in 1788, and the last date that I'll ever say for Carusi News, Virginia in 1788. And how could I forget Karen Weinberg's birthday? She's a member of our Carusi staff. Happy birthday, Karen. And as you can see, Laurie Melson did some nice drawings of the rest of summer, because the rest of summer is just fun in the sun, surf and safari. Couldn't forget California dreaming and have fun surfing. And now I'd like to give all my 10 calendars representing the 10 months that I've been here. I'd like to give them to my successor, whoever he or she will be. Thank you very much for being with us for this school year. Have a nice June, and maybe I'll see you next year. Back to you, Candace.
Thank you, Aviva. Let's go back 2 days into last month, May 30th, Memorial Day. Memorial Day is more than just picnicking, swimming, and watching parades. We hope you didn't forget what Memorial Day is all about. It marks a day when our nation commemorates those people who have lost their lives for our nation. It is difficult for us to comprehend the thousands who have died, but the military cemeteries and the Vietnam Memorial present a constant reminder and give us reason to pause last Monday, to carefully consider the sacrifices those have made for our country. For the entire Carusi News team, this is Candace Fisher saying good night. Hope to see you next week.
This is Cable 18, the Cherry Hill Public Schools television station.